Good morning, everyone. Once again, I welcome you all on my YouTube channel. Today, we are going to resume the chapter number 8 of the first flight. The name of the chapter is Miss Bill the Otter. It is written by Gavin Maxwell. So, before resuming the chapter line by line, I would like to revise what we discussed in the previous video. So, in the beginning of 1956, the author Gavin Maxwell was in Iraq with one of his friends. One day, on his way to Basra, he casually mentioned to a friend that he would love to have an otter instead of a dog as a pet. A few days later, the author got an otter from his friend. Two Arabs brought it for him in a sack. The author stayed in Basra for a few days. Very soon, the otter became very friendly with the author. It loved to play with water all the time. It played with the rubber ball also. Now I will resume the chapter. So when the author opened the sack, the creature that emerged from his sack onto the spacious tiled floor of the council bedroom resembled most of all a very small medievally conceived dragon. So when he opened the sack, the creature that emerged, the creature that came out onto a spacious, very wide tile floor of the council bedroom, which looked like, resembled means which looked like a very small imaginary dragon. Medievally conceived means an imagination of the Middle Age. So when the author opened the sack, the creature that came out from the sack was looked like a very small dragon, which is the imagination of the author. From the head to the tip of the tail, he was coated with symmetrical pointed scales. So the author he found that the otter from the head to the tip of the tail he was coated. Coated means covered with a symmetrical means a well proportioned pointed scales. So he was covered with the very sharp scales of mud armor. So he was covered with a sharp scales of the mud armor. So the author thought as if he had got a muddy shield of the sharp scales, between whose tips was visible a soft velvet fur like that of a chocolate brown mole. So the author found that from the head to the tip of the tail, the otter was covered with a sharp scale of mud armor, shield of mud, and between whose tips was visible a soft velvet fur. The author had got a soft velvet fur which looked like a chocolate brown mole. The color of the soft velvety fur was a brown like a mole. Mole means an animal like chuchundar. He shook himself, and I half expected a cloud of dust. So the otter started shaking his body. So the author expected that the otter would emit a dust from his body. The author halfly expected a cloud of dust from his body. But in fact, it was not for another month that I managed to remove the last of the mud and see the otter as it were in his true colors. But the author expected that a cloud of dust would come out from the body of otter. But it was not for another moment. The author had to give him bath for 1 month. So the author was able to remove the last of the mud from the body of otter after giving him bath for the 1 month. And after giving bath for 1 month, when the author was able to remove the last of the mud from his body, the author was able to see the otter in true colors. So in this way, the author found it difficult. He faced difficulty in giving the otter bath to remove the last of the mud. So Misbil, as I called the otter, was in fact of a rare, previously unknown to science. So Misbil, as I called the author called the otter Misbil, but in fact Misbil was of a race. It was of a race previously unknown even by the scientists. Even the scientists, they didn't know the real race of a otter. So previously, earlier, the scientists were unknown about the race of the otter, and was at length questioned by geologists. As the scientists were unaware about the race of the otter, so they at last they named it. Geologists even named it as a Lutrogale percipicillata maxwelli or Maxwell otter. So geologists at last they had given the otter a scientific name, Lutrogale percipicillata maxwelli or Maxwell otter, because previously nobody was aware about his identity. For the first 24 hours, Mitchell was neither hostile nor friendly. So, for the first 24 hours, when the author spent time with Mitchell, the author he found that the Mitchell was neither friendly nor unfriendly. He was simply aloof and indifferent. So the author found that the otter, instead of enjoying his company, the author kept a distance from him. Aloof and indifferent means the author was simply he was aloof and indifferent. He was left alone. He liked to be left alone. He liked to be keep a distance from the author, choosing to sleep on the floor. So the author didn't like the company of the author, but he preferred to sleep on the floor as far from my bed as possible. The author kept a distance from the author and he would like to sleep on the floor as far from his bed as possible. The second night, Mitchell came onto my bed in the small hours and remained asleep in the crook of my knees until the servant brought tea in the morning. So, during the first 24 hours, the author found that the otter kept a distance from him and he would like to sleep on the floor as far from his bed as possible. But in the second night, the author found that Miss Bill came onto his bed in the small hours, in the early hours, in the early mornings, and the otter remained asleep in the crook of his knees. So, the otter, he became familiar with the otter, and the otter came to him into his bedroom early in the morning, and he remained asleep in the crook of the author's knees, bent part of his knees, until the servant brought tea in the morning. So it remained asleep in the crook and until the servants brought tea in the morning. And during the day he began to lose his apathy. And during the days, in the second day, the otter began to lose his apathy. Apathy means absence of interest. On the first day, the otter didn't have any interest in surrounding, but during the day, the otter started getting the interest. He showed interest. He started showing his keen interest in the surrounding. He began to lose his apathy, means he began to show absence of interest in the surrounding, and take a much too keen interest in his surrounding. So as the otter began familiar with the surrounding, so he started showing interest in the surrounding of the author's house. I made a body belt for him. So the author made a body belt for the otter so that he could lead him wherever he wanted to take him. So he tied the otter with a belt. He tied the belt around his body and took him on a lead to the bathroom. So after tying the belt around the body of otter, the author took the otter to the bathroom, where for half an hour he went wild with joy in the water. So when the author took the otter into the bathroom, the author found that the otter enjoyed so much in the water. For an half an hour he remained in the water. He was greatly in joy seeing the water. The otter was greatly in joy in the water. He spent half an hour in the water, plunging and rolling in it, and the otter started showing his skill in the water. He started diving. Plunging means he dived and started rolling in the water, in the bathtub. shooting up and down in the length of the bathtub underwater. Even the otter not only dived and rolled into the bathtub, but also he also started shooting up and down the length of the bathtub, from one end of the bathtub to the another end of the bathtub. He started moving, he started swimming from the one end of the bathtub to the another end of the bathtub underwater, and making enough slosh and splash for a hippo. And the otter enjoyed water so much that the otter started making slosh and splash. Slosh means he started diving and playing in water and throwing water. So like a small child, like a hippo, the otter started diving and playing in water and started throwing water outside the bathtub like a hippo. This I was to learn is the characteristic of otters. So later on the author came to know that these are the features of an otter, that how otter would like to dive and roll into the water, how the otter would like to shoot up and down the length of the bathtub underwater, and how to make enough slosh and splash. These are the features of an otter that the author learned later on. And every drop of water must be, so to speak, extended and spread about the place. Even the author also learned the features of water, that water would like to extend and spread every drop, each and every drop of the bathtub like to be spread and extended by the water. So until and unless each and every drop of water is not spread about the place, extended, the water would keep on sloshing and splashing. Then a bowl must at once be overturned. Even the author learned also that it is the feature of water that the otter would like, how the otter would like to overturn the bowl. A bowl must at once be overturned, or if it will not be overturned, be set in and splashed in until it overflows. Even the author found that the how the otter would like to overturn the bowl, and if the bowl is not overturned, then the otter would like to sit in it and splash in. Splash means how the water would like to set inside the water and throw it out. So it is the feature of the water that how the water would like to sit in the water and how he would like to throw the water until it overflows, until the that bowl overflows. Water must be kept on the move and made to do things. Even the author learned that how the water, like, the water must be kept on the move. The water doesn't like the static water, fixed water. So according to the author, what the author observed from the water, that water like the moving water, he doesn't like the fixed water. So water must be kept on the move and made to do things. When static, it is wasted. So whenever the water found the water static, it is wasted and provoking. The otter gets angry when the otter sees the water fixed. He doesn't like to see the fixed water, he likes the moving water. 2 days later, Miss Bill escaped from my bedroom. So, after 2 days, the author found that Miss Bill escaped from his bedroom as I entered it. So, when the author entered his bedroom, he found that after 2 days enjoying in the bathroom, on the third day also, how Miss Bill sneaked into the bathroom. So Miss Bill escaped from the author's bedroom when the author entered it. And I turned to see, he's still disappearing. So when the author he turned to see where that otter was, he found that his tail was disappearing round the bend of a corner. So when the author turned to see where the otter was, the author found his tail disappearing, vanishing round the bend turn of the corridor that led to the bathroom. So for 2 days, the author led Miss Bill to the bathroom, but on the third day, without company of the otter alone, he went into the bathroom. So the otter enjoyed sloshing and splashing the water in the bathtub so much that on the third day also he escaped from his bedroom and he himself went to the bathroom. By the time I got there, he was up on the end of the bottom. So the author was very curious to know what the author was doing. So by the time the author reached the bathroom, when the author reached the bathroom, he saw that author was up on the end of the bathtub. So when the author reached the bathroom, he saw that the water was at the end of the bathtub and fumbling at the chromium taps. The author he even saw that how the water was fumbling. Fumbling means he was trying to do something in a clumsy manner. Means the water was trying to open the chromium tap with his paws. With the help of his paws, the water was trying to open the tap. I watched amazed. So the author he was closely watching what the author was doing when the author was trying to open the chromium tap with his paws at the end of the bathtub. The author was surprised when he saw that his efforts, author's efforts of opening the tap. In less than a minute, he had turned the tap far enough to produce a trickle of water. So the author was trying to open the tap and he succeeded because the author found that within a minute, in less than a minute, the author had the author had turned the tap far enough to produce a trickle of water. So he succeeded in opening the tap and the small flow of water started coming out from the tap. And after a moment or two, and he kept on opening the tap until the tap is fully open. So after a few moments, he achieved the full flow. The water succeeded in opening the full tap. So the water of the tap started coming in full flow. He had been lucky to turn the tap the right way. So the water he was skillful. So the water had been lucky to turn the tap in a right way. Instead of closing, he was able to open it. On later occasion, he would sometimes screw it up still tighter, but the author found on the later occasion at sometime even he found that the author instead of opening the tap, he would sometimes screw it up. He would tighten up the screw of the tap still tighter, chittering with irritation. And when the water was not able to open it, but when he screwed it up still tighter, the water became very annoyed and started chittering with irritation and disappointment. The water felt irritating and disappointed when he was not able to open it, but his efforts was failed. Instead of opening, he was closing the tap tighter and tighter. So at the tap's failure to cooperate, so he got irritated and he got disappointed at the tap's failure to cooperate when he was not able to open the tap. Okay. I hope you have understood up to this. We'll continue in the next video.